What's going on, guys? Jim, the game guru, today with a game called Bears versus Babies. A game where you basically fight off babies with you create your own monsters and devour them. And very simple game. This is actually, I think, from the same makers of Exploding Kittens, if I'm not mistaken. I tried looking on the manufacturers on the back of the box, and it's hard to actually connect the two manufacturers together because they created the two separate LLCs. But this is, I just cracked it open the other day, and I ended up playing it with my friend, and it's actually a pretty cool game. So I'm gonna go into here, dive in, and show you a little bit of how it's how you play it. And I also have the Not Safe for Work expansion pack for this game. Then I'm going to show you the cards on that. So just a warning for anyone who may have small children or anybody that shouldn't be seeing kind of images like that. The images in this card game are cartoony, but still they're kind of graphic. So I'm going to show those Not Safe for Work expansion pack along with the other cards in the game. I'm going to flip over to a top view now so you can see how the game is played. Okay, back now with the game top view. So what I did here is I'm simulating a two-player game, and typically you're not going to have your hands visible to anybody else. But just for the demonstration purposes, I'm going to show both the two-player hands as we go. Alright, so I dealt some cards here to this player, and they didn't get any babies. So anytime you deal cards out to players, if you end up getting any baby cards whatsoever, then what happens is you flip them over face down onto whatever pile the army is. So right here on the mat, we have this lovely little mat that they provide you in the game. So you have a land baby army, sea baby army, and a sky baby army. And these are the collection of babies that build an army of each type. You'll also have three different draw piles. And during your turn, you have three choices you can make. You can either go to the discard pile, which will be over here. You can grab a card from there and take no actions. Or you can go ahead and provoke one of the armies, one of the baby armies, and those baby armies will then attack all the players. And once you provoke them, any monster that you have built will be the one that is engaged in the battle with the babies. If you don't want to provoke or dumpster dive to get a card from the discard pile, then what you can do is you can actually take your actions. If you have two-player game, each player gets 4 actions. If you have a 3-player game, 3 actions per turn, and then a 4-player, you get 2 actions. And 4-player or more, you get 2 actions per person. So in my hand here, I've got a monster head, which is a llama. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go first. So in this hand, I'm gonna go ahead and put a llama, which is a land monster, and then I'm gonna put down a pug. That is 2 of my actions. I could also put down a pregnant with dolphin baby's body for the llama, and the number above the heads of the monsters are the actual attack power. And I don't know if we can see, I'll bring it up here. See, that llama's got an attack power of 2. The body right here is going to give it an additional attack power of 1. The Unipug is going to have attack power 2. And then these are kind of arms and a mask, which is really neat. So I took 3 actions already. In my 4th action, I'm going to go ahead and draw. You can draw from any of the piles that you want. So I'm going to go ahead and draw from this. And then I ended up getting another body. Carrying a knife cat. Okay. So now, the other player goes. They can go ahead and put down a bunny head, which is another land monster head. So we'll put a bunny head down there. Panda bear head, which has got an attack power of 3. Now that the bear heads will have multicolors. The multicolor means that they can any army whatsoever, baby army that gets provoked will end up attacking the monster with the panda head, because the monster with the panda head, it it qualifies for any of the baby armies. So I have legs here, but these legs cannot go onto the heads. And I do have a mantis shrimp. So I'm going to go ahead and lay down the mantis shrimp, and then I'll draw, and I end up pulling a sloth head. So, back to player one. Player one, I have a mask, an arm, and a body. I'm going to go ahead and draw. Pull a body. Then I got some legs. And then my third action, I got another sweater. There is no limit to the size of your hand. And then I got a dismember, which is an action card. Dismember, you can slice off heads or arms or from any monster. And what you do is you keep doing this. So now, how do the baby armies get populated? And there's babies in here. There are babies in these draw piles. And what you need to do is, as each person is drawing, so now I'm gonna go ahead and go over to the other player because my actions are done here. I'm gonna go ahead and draw. So I got a bald eagle head, monster head. And then I got some Who Wears Terrific Boots, some legs. I got a tool. So that is 3, and go fourth. And then I got another lullaby. Lullaby is an action card that will reduce one of the baby armies by half. So this person's done. I'm trying to go through here to see if I can find one. Okay, so here's a baby. So now on my turn here, first player turn, I pulled an angler baby. It is part of Sea Baby. So once I pull it, anytime you draw a baby, you have to flip it down right on the stack. Okay, so this Sea Baby army has got one baby in it so far. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw another one. Oh, look at that! I drew another baby, Mano Baby. The Mano Baby of War. All right, cool. So that one goes into 2 now. So I'm gonna take a third action. Oh, I draw claws, and then a fourth action, and I got a body with arms and stuff. It's like kind of like a sushi thing. So player 2 goes. And I'm just going to do some more drawing here just to show. So then I got a bat head for a monster. And I got a swap card where you can swap heads off of monsters. And then some incredible underpants. And a kind of a torso there with a flannel jacket. So what you do is you kind of go through and you're constantly building armies and monsters, right? So I'm gonna put another bat head here. I'm just gonna throw some stuff down instead of going by turn. So as you can see, this player here is building an army. I've got 2 Sky Baby armies, 1 monster that can actually get attacked by any kind of baby army, and then because I got the panda head, and then a bald eagle. I can have some actions here that I can save. I can put down a sloth head if I want, and you just kind of keep building up your monsters. I'm gonna go to this first player one. Obviously, you only have 4 action per person, so I'm gonna do that for that pug. I'm going to. Do I have any other heads? No, I don't have any heads. So this person doesn't have any more heads. You need to put a head down though. You can't just put a body down without having a head. So if I draw, let me see if I draw another head here. So here's another one. So this sky, this land, I'm like heavy land here. I can do this. And then you can end up doing things like putting claws on your monsters. So I can put a claw on this monster. I can put you can put arms upside down. That is valid. Okay, actually this body does not allow for claws because it's already got it built in the body, but this one does. So this one allows for a claw. This one allows for another claw. And then as you put on arms, you will actually increase the attack power of the monsters. The mask is really cool. The mask allows you to put down a head. So if you flip the head, and I go like this, you can actually put down a head on a monster without anyone knowing what kind of monster that is, whether or not it's a sky, land, or sea monster. So if I had a turn that was like, okay, well now I'm gonna go ahead and provoke this sea. So like let's say if it was this player's turn over here, and he's gonna go ahead and provoke sea, and that means that any monster that qualifies for sea, because he's got the panda, which is 3 plus 2 for the body, so he's got 5, and then he's got 2 for a mantis shrimp. So that player provoked the sea baby army. The sea baby armies only have a total power of 3, as you can see here, both the angler and the mano baby. So, 5 plus 2, 7. That definitely beats out 3. So this, and then I don't have any monsters over here that have any sea whatsoever. So this person would get these babies. They would end up getting 3 points so far. What you do is you keep these baby cards as points. So as you keep provoking armies and you beat them with your monsters, then you keep the baby cards as your point tracker. The monsters that were involved in the battle go away. So these go away. So this guy goes away. Now this goes into the discard pile. And then obviously everything else that does not have C stays out. And then you continue. You go to the next person. They have their 4 actions, or depending on whatever actions they have per player count. Draw, build monsters, and every time babies come, so let me just go through here and just grab some babies out of here. If I can find some babies. So here's a baby I can put in C. Let's see. Wow, this pot doesn't have a lot of babies at all. Jeez. Like hardly any babies there. So there's another baby. There's another baby. And here's another baby for C, for Sky. Here's another baby for Sky. Here's another baby for Sky. So sometimes you could have a lot of babies in one army. And then these different piles will build up, and then you provoke, and then you kill the monsters, and so on. There is a little bit of strategy to this. Some of the strategy sometimes is knowing when to, well, actually not sometimes, a big strategy point in this game is knowing when to provoke the baby armies. Because when you provoke them, that is a good way of getting rid of monsters on the other side. So when I was playing this the other day with my friend, he was building up all these armies with bear heads, and they had bear heads, and the bear heads are 3, but they are good for any of the baby armies. So I didn't have any. I had like some sky and I had some sea, but I didn't have any land really. And he had all these big monsters with bear heads, and I ended up on my turn provoking the land baby army, and he was only 1 card in there. He ended up getting that 1 card, and it was a baby worth 0 points, and all of his land monsters had to go into the discard pile, which means all of his panda bear head ones and all of the other land ones ended up going into the discard pile. So I kind of nuked his army, and then I was able to then build up some more monsters and provoke a different a different baby army. So there are some strategies in there on when to provoke and when to use action cards. The lullaby, as you guys saw, will reduce a pile by half. So if you know somebody's going to go for a big stack of babies, you can reduce the stack in half. Then there's the mask, as you saw already here, that allows you to put down a monster head without. Then you have tools. These tools will give you additional action points. Tools can actually hook on to the monster arms, which is really neat. There's all sorts of different arms and heads and babies. It's kind of crazy, but it's fun. It's very interesting. It's just how you can build these different combinations of monsters with different heads, and then you can use like a swap card here too. So this is a swap card. So if I played that as one of my actions on my turn, I could swap the head. So I can be like, okay, well, this bunny head now comes over here, and I'm gonna steal one of like this person's head or something, and then during a swap you can actually then see what the real head is. Dismember, which you already saw. There is actually a wild provoke card, I think. Yeah, wild provoke. So anytime you draw this out of the one of the draw piles, you have to provoke a baby army, which could throw some chaos into the game, because there are times where you don't want to provoke an army, and then all of a sudden you draw this and you're like, dang it, I have to provoke one of the armies. So which ones do I provoke? And obviously when you provoke an army, and if there's a legitimate monster out in play, then that's a way to clear out the monsters. Anytime a baby army's points are more than the monsters on the board for one player, the player that has the most monster strength points is the one that beats the baby army. If the baby army has way more points strength than the monsters for that person with the highest strength count on their monsters, then these babies just end up going to the discard pile and nobody gets them. So you have to be careful when you provoke. You have to be careful of how many there are in there. And I guess if you didn't feel comfortable, you could always use something like a lullaby and reduce half, so then you can beat them and then know that you can definitely get these baby cards as points. So it's pretty simple. You take your actions, or you can provoke, or you can go for a card in the discard pile, and you just build up monsters. And then armies that are provoked are in battle with only the babies that, the baby armies that are provoked are only in battle with the monsters that match up to the same army type. And then the bear ones, as I said before, the bear ones can handle any of the army types. Now let's get into the not safe for work expansion pack for this game. I have not played this game with that expansion pack. I only played it with the base cards here. There are 107 cards in this game, so you get quite a few monster heads and bodies and babies and stuff. So let me go ahead and bring these ones over. As I said before, these are kind of graphical images. So if you have somebody young near you and you don't want them seeing the images, they are cartoon based. But still, they do have pictures of like genitalia and stuff like that. So it's just a quick warning. Ready? 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna go ahead and go into so this one's probably like, some of them are kind of safe. So like this one's only like toilet baby. Okay, big deal. Baby poop. All right. And then a bear. So these are kind of safe ones so far, but they will get to, so half baby. A nice sliced half baby on a skateboard. It's kind of weird. Diarrhea. Sweet. Diarrhea. Here you go. An arm for a monster that is a bunch of hands holding like dildos. Wow. A Nazi one. That's kind of crazy. Okay. With 3 hairy boobies. Okay, so 3 hairy boobies. A baby poop. Baby poop. Half baby, again, sky boob. There's a sky boob. A leg baby. Who believes deeply in the Lord? A priest torso. Who has a rocket penis? Well then, who has a rocket penis? With axe nipples. With boobies that bite. Okay, with boobies that bite. Sushi baby. That one's not risky at all. Poo baby. So there's a lot of poo and penises and boobies. Giving birth to a full-grown hobo. Okay, so a hobo is coming out of a vagina. Baby poop. Oh, and an arm with fingers that a bunch of penises. Crazy. Whose penis plays the banjo? Okay, whose penis plays the banjo? All right. With fire nipples, so fire's coming out of the nipples. A snatch crabby. So it's a snatch that is crabby. All right. A delightful merman. A poo copter. Hey, it's a dick monster. Dun dun dun. A a penicorn. So it's a unicorn. Has a penis, has a horn. It's a dildo shooter for an arm. Oh my god, man. And then the last arm is like looks like roots with penises on them. So it's kind of strange. So you can create some crazy monsters with it. You can go from these safe monsters, I guess you call them, to let's see if I can get some of these weird combination here. So here we go. I'm gonna do Oh no, I can't do that one because that body does not have. Let me find out. Okay, here we go. So now I can do a monster that has boobies that bite, and a dick arm, and then a banjo, and then another penis arm with, or penis is playing the banjo, and let's see, what could the other left arm, the right arm be? Do I have another arm? Okay, here we go. And the right arm with a bunch of dildos. So, yeah. So this is not safe for work. You go from regular monsters to like penis demons. So it's and why did I buy this expansion pack? Just because every time I buy any kind of board game or card game, I always buy the expansions. I don't know. I just feel like I'm getting the full game. I'm one of those people that buys the game and ends up buying other expansions to kind of expand the experience. I don't feel like this not safe for work expansion is really essential for playing the game. I feel like it's a little gimmicky in a way, just with the theme. But it's all you have to do is shuffle the cards. You shuffle these cards with the rest of the cards, and then they show up in the deck, and then you just draw them and play them and build monsters just like you do all the other stuff. I'm just moving it over because I know that the light is kind of, there we go. Maybe the light there's, I'll block that a little bit so you can see that more. But yeah, you can get some crazy monsters. But that's it. This is Bears versus Baby. It's an interesting game where you build monsters. Got quite a few cards that come with it. The base deck is the base card says 107 cards. If I just stack it up here, you can see that. Nice little mat that it comes with. So your draw piles and your discard piles and your baby armies. You can get the expansion pack if you want, but again, I don't think it's really necessary. And then it's got a really nice instruction manual too. The thing I love about this instruction manual is that it takes you through like a step-by-step. So what it does is it says, okay, it sets up the practice round. So they say, set up a practice round. And it takes you through like this one step of the practice round. And then it takes you to the next step of the practice round, which is provoking the babies. And then at the very end, it takes you to the third, where you'll end up opening packet 2, because it comes in like, it separates these cards into 2 packets. So then it'll come out with a third set of instructions on here, a section for instructions that will actually open up packet 2, and that gets into like the bear heads. But it takes you step by step. It's really, really easy to follow. It's easy to get into, and it's a fun game. And there is some strategy to it, and you find out what the strategy is as you dive into it some more. And it's something different. Like, it's just, what other game? It's super creative. Like, what other game do you know of? Do you build monsters and destroy baby armies? It's very, very imaginative. I think you can find this on Amazon. I did pick this up at Target, but I didn't see it there lately. So I don't know if Target ended up pulling it, and now it's only available on Amazon. I mean, maybe in Walmart. I'm not sure. But that's it. So this is Bears versus Babies. An interesting, wacky little game of collecting points and fighting armies, and building monsters. So that's it, guys. I'll see you guys on the next video. And if you guys please like the video. And if you like video games and board game stuff, please consider subscribing. And until the next video, thank you for watching.